Nicki and Cardi B. What is your take? What do you think? Whose side are you on? Did you guys listen to Queen Radio? What do you guys think?
We are the superior gender. Meek Mill and Drake got back together while they were fighting. We have done it.
What is this guy doing?
I'm joking.
What is he doing?
No, I saw that on Twitter, innit? I saw that on Twitter and it made me laugh. But no, I was joking, innit? Don't go on to me too quick.
Who trains in Boca Raton, by the way, winning in straight sets for her first ever Grand Slam final. But unfortunately, that win was overshadowed by the battle between Serena and umpire Carlos Ramos. Take a listen.
You owe me an apology. You owe me an apology. I have never cheated in my life. I have a daughter and I stand what's right for her and I've never cheated. And you owe me an apology. You will never do it anymore.
Yeah, Serena was watching her coach give her a hand signal.
Verbal abuse.
And now,
penalty, Mrs. Williams.
Wow. All right, so let's recap, folks. Serena's first penalty was for coaching. She continued to argue with the umpire, denying she was getting coaching from the sidelines. Serena then...
There you go, Chris.
I didn't really understand the rules of no coaching. I didn't understand that at all.
No one in the show watched tennis.
Yeah,
no one in the show watches tennis.
Only when Wimbledon's on, but I don't even watch that. I don't really like tennis. But obviously she's great. Serena Williams, she's won for how many years? But this is not the first time she had beef with the ref. But, you know, it doesn't look like, how do I know? Because I saw the media. I saw the backlash when they're like in 94 at the stadium near her house or some shit. She had beef with an official and went mad, and her and her sister didn't go again for like 15 years because it was obviously racist. In this case, obviously, from what I saw the guy do in the crowd, the whole that thing, that doesn't look like coaching to me. But either way, she lost fair and square, to be honest. I don't think it was a cheat. I think the new girl could come in now, and I think, to be honest, it's dampened her win.
What's coaching?
It's coaching, obviously. What is this? Like, but that is like, what is that? Like, the game hasn't even played. Like, I don't understand how that can.
I don't know what this means.
Yeah, like.
So I'm speaking on the side.
That if that is coaching, then boy.
Would you go? Yes.
All right. What do I think about Serena Williams and her outburst? I respect it. Shows how passionate she is about the game.
Exactly.
That's one thing I would say. First and foremost, she shows how passionate she is about the game. She felt like she was being dealt with wrongly. So it makes sense to react. We've seen the same thing in football, we've seen the same thing in basketball, but the minutes amongst men, we commend them for it.
Yeah.
So a prime example is when you see, I don't know, like LeBron James having his temper tantrums on the basketball court. When you see in football, various footballers, you know, reacting and getting angry to the referees, like Wayne Rooney does and stuff like that. We commend them for it, but why is it different now that Serena's done it? It doesn't make no sense.
I've started reading it, but I haven't finished it yet.
You haven't finished it?
Yeah,
basically, the way that girl explained it, was hard.
Okay.
Like, she really encapsulated the whole terms of the whole game. She broke it down. She broke down what the rules. The umpire was actually in the right. It had nothing to do with sexism or none of that stuff. Obviously, when you're a big name, I feel like even with big names, they sometimes get leeway because of who they are. Do you know what I mean? But if you're not playing by the rules, which the umpire spotted, he was well within his rights to caution her, give her a warning. And he went rule by rule. He cautioned her, gave her a warning, deducted her point, and then the match point, etc., etc. And it all flowed. But take nothing away from the girl, Osaka. She was waxing Serena. Serena's head was hot, fam. Serena's head was hot, fam. And the thing is, I love Serena Williams, 100%. That just wasn't supposed to be your US Open. Facts. You just wasn't on par on that game. I'm sure if another game happened, maybe you might have beaten her. But on that day, that girl was on point.
You know, just let that slide. But if not,
for us, for Man United fans, just for part of the bus, Mourinho's tactics, part of the
but
bus.
obviously they punished her. They punished her the game because obviously her reaction to the referee calling him, saying you think I'm a thief and whichever. And it's true. There are men tennis players that, you know, say worse than that. Yeah, it's true. You know, and it happens. But it's just the way the cookie crumbled in this situation. The backlash I think she's had is not great. I don't think that cartoon. I think that cartoon was a very old school racist looking thing.
That was foul.
It was foul. It was not good. But this new tennis star, you know, this could possibly be the birth of a new star in tennis. She's only young. She can come through hopefully and pass the torch effectively. But we'll see. A lot of people have come through the ranks and haven't lasted. But you know, to do what Serena's done is near impossible.
Maybe because she's a female as well. So I think society expect women to behave in a certain way, and when they don't, it's a double deviance. It's like you're a female and you're being overly emotional. Yeah. I think when you're passionate about something, you have the right to be emotional about it. Like, and I don't know. I lost my train of thought.
I think it's out of order, to be fair with you. I think it takes the piss. They're seeing it as one, because she's that passionate about a wrong call. But
was it wrong though? Because apparently the coach came out and said that he was coaching her. He was telling her what to do.
Yeah.
So is it?
I'm not the best of strong characters in tennis.
Yeah.
I can give a damn about tennis. I can give a damn about it. Playing it on the Wii and these things, I don't mind.
She knew what she was coming for and she was waxing her. Every backhand she caught, forehand she caught, serves.
She was on point.
Serena was sweating.
Yeah.
She did not expect this.
I didn't watch the full game. Like I watched extended highlights and that. But I 100% hear what you're saying. Like, because my first reaction was that, fam, tennis is like the most conservative sport there is. Like, other than cricket. Like, they even told the crowd to shush. So there's certain things that you can't do. That's just the rules, innit? And but the thing that worries me about the narrative, because I haven't read the article. The thing that worries me about the narrative is that just because the rules are the rules, doesn't mean that it still can't be prejudiced. Do you know what I'm saying? Or sexist or whatever. Because
but in that game, it wasn't though.
No. But look at it like this. The things that people are calling Serena out, fair enough. She shouldn't. You're not allowed to get coaching from your staff. Whatever. You're not allowed to do that. And technically, you're not allowed to
even in other games. I actually wanted to look at other games that she's done. She hasn't had that, bro.
What's that?
Coaching.
But we'll never know, man. We'll never know, man. These people are slack.
The game.
But look, but fair enough. That you're not allowed to get coaching. But let's not sit here and pretend, like there isn't an artist. I mean, a tennis player called John McEnroe. Do you know John McEnroe?
No.
He is famous. Only reason why he's famous is for causing hype and ruckus during games.
Okay.
He was the guy. Oh, you must be kidding me, man. This is unbelievable, man. Throwing his racket, doing all sorts of shit,
Baby, throwing a tantrum.
Throwing tantrums all over the court.
Does he win the games?
I don't know. He might win the games, but it's like, I don't know if he was fined. Maybe he was fined, innit? That's not the point I'm making. But the point is, he was celebrated. Till today, they put him in adverts showing his passion. But when Serena does it, it's like the world wants to paint it as she's an angry black woman. Fam, she's a competitive sports person.
Really, to actually sustain that level of high performance her whole career, whole life. So it's unfair to compare this girl as the new Serena or whichever, anything like that, but she won that game. And let's see if she wins again. But
What's her name?
Osaka, is it? Is that right?
Yeah, Osaka.
Osaka.
Well done.
Let's see. Boom.
That's it. That's how it's done.
She looked nice as well.
What? No, I'm not
she did look nice, man. She did. She looked nice. It's another nice one.
I'm here for the tennis.
He's here for the booze.
Wait, what the fuck? This goes to you. What the fuck? What's wrong with you, bro?
I'm playing, man. I ain't been here in a few weeks. Welcome back.
But obviously, if it's wrong, it's wrong. You know, I'm just gonna co-sign Serena because she's one of us. She's one of us. So regardless of whatever happens, I'm gonna co-sign.
Yeah.
Like she's right for doing what she's
But
done.
you know, I think it's annoying is because I feel like she's been so wrongly targeted so many times. Like the cat suit, telling her that she can't wear the cat. Why? When there's so many white women that have worn the cat suit, why can't she wear it? The game, she's always. It's like what's that footballer's name? I'm gonna embarrass him. Sterling. How he's always like
being targeted
on the sun and stuff like that. I feel like she's that in women in tennis sort of thing. So I think it makes sense for her to be so aggravated by it. And I just think they are threatened by her because she's just come back from having a baby and she made the final of the US Open and the final of the Wimbledon. Like, So I feel like, I don't know, they're trying everything to just bring her down, every single thing. And I think it's so unfair.
There's footage of Djokovic, who's another, like, probably top 5 seeded in the men's game.
He's easily top 3.
Doing the same, like, batting up that same umpire. The same umpire. Nothing happened to him. There's actually footage of it out there on the internet. So to me, that's a double standard. And
do umpires get? But I swear they get away with stuff anyway because they're like referees, isn't it? We can complain about referees. Let's just go off tennis and go to football now, which I'm very passionate about. When referees make mistakes, which they have made last year as well in the Premier League, they've made countless of mistakes in it. We can go at them, but they don't get fined for anything. It's nothing like we can do. Yeah, we can express.
They're like part of the system, so the system protects them. But it's what the article to me. It sounds almost like that narrative that police officers use. Oh, like, because I've been watching the Trayvon Martin case, 6 parts. The man, Zimmerman, still hasn't been arrested. The guy,
is that case hard?
Huh?
Is that case? When did they release that?
You need to watch it, bro. It's on, what's that website?
Mr. World
Premier. Go watch it. There's 6 parts so far, bro. It'll make you sad, though. That man still has not been arrested, fam. He's auctioned the gun that he used to clap man down. Like, people said that he walks around with a packet of Skittles in his pocket and signs it for people that wants autograph because he knows that obviously that's what is famous from the Trayvon case because all he had on him was a pack of Skittles. Do you get what I'm saying? And he clapped man down. And my man's going around signing packets of Skittles and giving it to people. But the system is basically saying, oh, but according to the stand your ground laws or self-defense or whatever, it's right, you know, he can do whatever he wants. But it's like the system it's not applied to everybody in the same way.
For
so
sure,
we can't act as if, fair enough, she broke the rules, yeah. But just because someone breaks the rules doesn't mean that they should be treated like the rules have to be the same for everyone.
It has to apply to everyone, every race, everyone. I definitely hear you on that one.
With the issue, the baby or whatever, that's overshadowed this young woman's like accomplishment, and I do feel bad for her. Like she wanted to be happy even when she was doing her speech and stuff. She was just crying. She was like, I wish it was in other circumstances that I could have been celebrating this, but it wasn't.
Hold tight, I got it. Hold tight. Hold tight, hold tight.
Bitch, come here. Bitch, come here. Bitch, come here.
One to all units. Second floor terrace team ASAP. One to all units. Second.
You got him?
Yeah, I got it.
Hold tight. Hold tight. Hold tight.
Nicki and Cardi B, what is your take? What do you think? Who said or you won? Did you guys listen to Queen Radio? What do you guys think?
We are the superior gender. Meek Mill and Drake got back together while they were fighting. We have done it.
What is this guy doing?
I'm joking.
What is he doing?
No, I saw that on Twitter, innit? I saw that on Twitter and it made me laugh. But no, I was joking, innit? Don't go on to me too quick.
Don't fuck with me if you wanted to. She said she gonna do what or who? Let's find out and see. Cardi B.
It's popping. That's what I've been trying to run.
Cardi B.
It was gonna
I'm
happen.
joking. I'm joking. Don't put this.
It was gonna happen anyway. To be fair, we knew that this was gonna happen.
Cardi B versus Nicki
Minaj.
Queen
versus Queen.
What
New
you
York
saying?
versus New York.
I don't know about Queen versus Queen though. Still.
No, Cardi's a queen in her own right. She's a queen in her own right. Queen in her own right. She may not be the queen, but she's a queen in her own right. I fuck with Cardi a lot.
Each to their own.
Yeah, man, I fuck with
Okay,
Cardi.
nah,
No one could doubt what she's accomplished in such a short amount of time. Do you know what I mean? And obviously, that's another form of social media having a massive impact on your life and just creating opportunities for yourself. I thought Cardi B would be more of a comedian than a rapper.
Yeah. To me, she is.
Exactly.
More of a comedian than a rapper.
And then, do you know what I mean? Then
but that's not, that doesn't mean anything in this day and age. Like, she is still what she is and she's still successful.
Yeah, exactly. Even if people write her lyrics for her, so.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? You get it, you got to get the bag how you can still. But what's so interesting about it, I want to know how it kind of started.
The only chance you got to get on Nicki is then, innit? Like, you see her there in the hallway. That's the shit, innit? Like, it's a bloody shoe. You know what I mean? She told us on Boy That Yellow, it's a bloody shoe, so. Yeah, I mean, she's a stripper, innit? So she was a stripper, what do you expect? It's that stripper attitude, though, at the same time, like, I don't care, ratchet anywhere, turn up anywhere.
I don't think because she's a stripper, that's why she did it. I think she did it because she's defending her child in some capacity. I don't think because she's a stripper or her past I just think that
she
felt emotional.
Yeah, she felt emotional. She let the emotions get in front of the bag at hand.
Sometimes you do, but sometimes you have to remember they're still humans.
Of course.
They're not just celebrities.
It is what it is, man, to be honest. I think this beef, I don't know what happened to us being like, yo, you know, Nicki and Cardi can coexist in this thing. They're both great artists, or whichever you want to say, but nah, man, I think there's only room for one queen in hip-hop, I mean, at this point.
I don't think I know the root as to why it started. I mean, I hear whispers here and there. Like, I think it stemmed from the point when they was doing motorsport and Nicki wasn't able to make a day, or Nicki didn't want to shoot on the same day as Cardi, or something like that. Yeah. I think that's where it stemmed from, or could it have gone beforehand?
To be honest, I think the Cardi said that the reason why she decided to try and put hands on Nicki is because of Nicki liking pictures about someone dissing her mothering skills and her youth and whatnot. That hasn't necessarily been proven, you know what I'm saying? That you can't realistically prove that on the internet. But I think it started way before that, because Nicki, like, she's been the queen for the past 10 years. So anyone who's trying to come into the industry, yeah, that's female and that is doing similar things, using her basically her package, her stimulus pack, she's gonna notice, because to her it's not even a thing where it's like Cardi's doing that. Cardi's just the girl from the Bronx. That could have been anyone. But it's the labels that is literally like, oh, you know what? We need our own Nicki. We need Atlantic, like, we need our own Nicki. And they've been trying for years. And in doing that, they might have done a few things that Nicki might have felt was shady, and then Nicki might have started doing things to the other side that they might have felt was shady, and I think it was just that back and forth. So I think a lot of it is more business and like leverage and politics than it is petty.
Alright. So what rattles me and what I don't understand is that the same person that we endorsed for their ratchet ways in the beginning, you know, that we saw the unfiltered, you know, unapologetically real Instagram videos
of her beating bitches.
Of her bad-mouthing people, you know, just being herself, being just real, and even talking like, this is Cardi B, the hood chick from the Bronx. Why are we surprised that she's ran up on Nicki and, you know, tried to do the mad thing?
It's true.
Even seeing as that when she was on Love and Hip Hop, the way she was, the way she perceives herself on there as well, the way she acted on there. Why are we surprised? I don't understand when people are like, oh yeah, but you know, we expected better of her. No, I expected this from her.
Yeah.
This should have happened from time ago. Yeah. This is why we know that they couldn't have been on the motorsport. Thank you, I thought it was a high five.
Thank you.
Yeah, like, that's why we know they couldn't be on a motorsport video together.
Yeah.
So it makes sense that this happened. And I'm glad this happened, you know. I personally think that when all rappers have their issues and problems, don't shoot each other, just find each other and beat each other up. That's it.
I'm like, let it go.
Like, this needs to happen. You know, this was happening in the 90s when people were getting beaten up in, you know, in studios, in award shows and all these things. Just don't shoot each other and kill each other. But if you're going to beat up each other, no problem, do it. Rumble, fight, I'm for it.
I don't think there's room for one. I think they can have both.
When they're both that catty, there isn't room for more than one. Can't lie. There's too much pride, there's too much ego there between them. It's like, there's not room for one of them. Now, I mean, Migos have got treasure though, because there'll never be another Cardi B and Nicki Minaj track again. So Motorsport just became that much more valuable in my eyes. If I was sitting there thinking, I'd be like, yo, boom, we got the hot track. This is the only time these two will ever be on a record together. So
No.
Never say never, but by what?
Look at Meek and Drake. They're friends now. They're hugging.
They ain't got a song yet though. But that means now we're gonna get a Rick Ross and Drake album. So finally, we're gonna get that. That's what Ross has needed for a minute. So
no. Ross's last album was good.
Yeah, it was good. It was great. Don't get me wrong. But I mean, I've been needing that Drake Ross for a minute. Like, so as a Ross fan, but on Cardi B and Nicki, you know, they will fight, innit? Like, let them fight. Do a charity boxing match or something, innit? I don't know.
I agree with that.
I think obviously, yeah, she saw the kid thing. The kid tweet I see from it was something like, you're setting a bad example for your child. So it wasn't directly cussing the child.
It wasn't directly cussing the child.
But at the same time,
she's still judging her mothering skills.
Yeah, it is. You shouldn't mention.
You can't be doing that.
But then, as an op, you should know, if I'm your opposition here, my whole thing is I'm gonna try and throw all these little curveballs and stir the pot as much as I can to make you do what you did. So really, who's winning this chess game? And then after that, the cheek of it is after that, she then has gone on radio, and now she's pulled up receipts of her calling someone else's child on Instagram a monkey and doing all of these things. So, and when the conversation was happening, you see on the subtitles them saying like, what was it? I will never talk about no one's child. I will never talk. But yeah, that throwaway Instagram comment you made to a fan or to some normal person, a normal human being that was probably just throwing their 2 cents in on Twitter, which it didn't even look like the first comment even demanded that kind of response from Cardi B. It's like Cardi don't see them as people as well. It's like, no, I can cuss their children because like, they're not going to see me. They're not going to fuck them. But then when, I don't know, man. Nicki's Queen Bee, in my opinion. And Nicki will be Queen Bee for very long. People are saying, oh, all of this kind of thing is affecting her. She's going out with no grace or whichever. She ain't going nowhere.
I don't think Nicki's going nowhere.
She ain't going nowhere.
Pettiness, I think the pettiness is just between artists, but at the end of the day, the people who are making money from them, they're the puppeteers. They're the ones that are really controlling the narrative. And the funny thing is, someone was like, raw, instead of them to be fighting, why don't they just jump on a track together? And I was like, you ain't listening to Motorsport. Atlantic and Nicki Universal, they're laughing because they've got a record with these two females that are beefing and making so much noise on social media. People are going to listen to that record.
Of
and
course.
These companies are making money.
100%. 100%.
So,
and I'll still stand by it today. Nicki's verse was definitely better than Hardy's. Facts.
Yeah.
Anyone that says otherwise doesn't really know rap.
Yeah.
But yeah, in saying that, obviously, trying to put hands in a professional establishment, like, Nicki knows exactly what she's doing. She's poking the bear. Like, I've seen this so many times. She's poking the,
she's using her experience at this point.
Poking the bear. Let's be honest, if we was taking it to raps, Cardi's not touching Nicki. Facts. If we're going to beef swinging, I think Nicki's too pretty. She'd probably be like, don't touch my face. Did how much money I spent on this surgery
It's not
and
going to
stuff.
happen, man.
It's not going to happen. We're never going to see these artists.
It's not going to happen.
Punch up one another. Unless you're like a Smoke Purp and Ross at Wireless, you know what I'm trying to say?
But
that's
they're not at that
happening.
level though.
Exactly, Smoke Purp ain't on Cardi's level where you can afford security like that or whatever the weather. But it's mad. I feel like this will probably continue to like a couple more months, probably leading up to the end of the year. I want to see rap because now it's established that you do have a problem with each other. Let's go to bars.
I'm all for it. I'm here for it. I'm here for the smoke. But can't lie, man. I like Cardi.
Are you Cardi team?
I'm Team Cardi still.
Team Cardi,
if I had to pick one, I'm Team... It's only because you fucking barbs irritate me. I hate every single one of you. Except for Jide Shawty.
I don't know. I think, for me, when I saw everybody's like outraged and everybody speaking about Nicki, Queen, and she had to behave in a classy way and all of that. And I just thought... Nicki Minaj does... I like Nicki Minaj. I respect her. She's a GOAT. But I do feel like I said to Jide, there's no smoke without fire.
Of course.
A lot of the things that Cardi B pointed out that Nicki done behind the scenes, she's not the first person to have said that Nicki Minaj does those things. Remy said something, Lil Kim said something, Dream Doll said something. Even DJ Academic said something. Like, there comes a point where you guys have to, and I'm not on this hate Nicki train, because I see it, a lot of people are putting messages out there to hate on Nicki. But I feel like there's no smoke without fire. So there must have been something, because they've been in places together before and this has never happened. So there must have been something to trigger Cardi to react in the way that she did. Now, I'm not saying that it was correct. There's a place and a time, but who are we to tell a grown woman when to do what she needs to do? Do you know what I mean?
Like what we said about Serena Williams, it's like, bruv, she's been on the top since she come out. So Cardi done it with this album. Can she do it again next album? At the moment, boy.
I think she can.
She can do it next album. Maybe 3 albums in her, but...
She don't write her own music, she can.
She can, but how long is she going to keep this on? I mean, she carries... I mean, that lump there looked stupid. It looked hella stupid.
I don't think it looks stupid, but he hasn't taken it far, fam. You have to branded on that. I think like her as a human being. If you insult someone's child, expect something.
Yeah, expect something. But Nicki, I think he did expect it. Nicki did expect it. That's why the security was all there. I'm ready. I want her to come grab me in the lobby.
She played the game right. But Cardi should have seen that coming, that she's going to do that.
But she didn't.
She didn't see that coming because
and that's why...
The more she got better of her, and I can't blame her for that.
You just need, I don't know, you need the right people in your corner. That was a perfect example of Cardi not having the right people in her corner, I think, to obviously tell her, look,
at the time, yeah, fair enough.
At the end of the day, you know where the recording studio is, where they record you can find out where the recording studio is, where Nicki is doing the radio. Yeah. You can roll up on her in a much more private setting. Of course, it will still get out on social media. Of course, it will. To the biggest superstars fighting. But they're at the gala and all these things.
No, but then again, like I said, when are you going to see this person again? When are you going to see... Nicki Minaj is a big superstar. She's been around 24/7.
Yeah, but...
homeless one time.
Do you know what the funny thing is? I actually feel like, even though Remy did her thing in the Nicki beef, I actually still think Nicki is kind of undefeated, you know?
Yeah, for me,
she didn't respond rap wise, but we know she can.
Yeah, she sent subliminals though. She had a couple bars here and there.
What she did was show everybody that I'm above this person. Like,
But there's only so long you could do that for.
Not really, because what's Remy done? The last song that I can remember from Remy
All the way up.
Was All the Way Up, and that was before the flipping this. Shifa was the last song I remember from Remy. So she kind of bodied herself when you think about it, because since then I've been hearing Nicki's name repetitively, and the only time I've seen Nicki's name, Remy, since is on the show with Joe Budden where she's talking about Nicki again.
Yeah.
So that's not even no
shade. That's what her career is based off now. Her career is going to be based off when she sheafed Nicki, but no one cares. You got on this show now because of Joe Budden, but you ain't got Apple Radio saying that they want to give you your own radio slot. I don't know no other female artists that can do that right now in the hip hop world.
Nicki's getting a bag from Apple.
Yeah, what? They loving how she's going ranting and stuff like that. They're loving that. They're
changing the game because.
But I do believe that there's a place and a time. I don't think it should have been at New York Fashion Week. I wish she had restrained herself enough to be like, you know what? I'm gonna be up another day.
Can I be honest with you about what you said about the Fashion Week thing?
Yeah.
Who is there that we're trying to impress? That we are trying to impress?
Them.
A bunch of Europeans that, you know...
I think
most of them are predominantly racist first and foremost. They like black culture but don't really like black people. They're just really buying into some of those artists being there so that they can endorse their designer labels and these things. But really and truly, they're not really going to give them the money, the opportunities, the platforms or the exposure that you know your typical white woman or white dude will have.
Bruv, you got money. Cardi's got the money to be able to find out information of where that girl could be at.
But he's been
they're going to see each other again. They would see each other again. There's different ways to handle it though, innit?
There's different ways to handle it, but I don't blame for handling it.
You don't have to, obviously, she just let the rage take over, so well done, innit? I guess.
Help both of them anyway, help both of them.
Of course it helped both of them.
How can it overshadow Mac Miller?
I don't think it did overshadow Mac Miller. I think that's...
It kind of did.
But I mean, bruv, it's...
that annoyed me still.
Well, I mean, it made it a topic here. Mac Miller didn't get a topic, but he kind of did get a topic on this one, but... You know, it's... It is what it is. It is what it is, isn't it? I don't really care for their beef, to be honest.
Thank you.
Their beef can continue. Long may it continue. Just like, let's get some more music, innit? Like, I don't care, innit? I don't want to hear more fighting and screaming. Like, that radio show, I seen the snippets on Instagram and she's screaming. It's like, bro. It's like, I don't want that screaming, man. I don't want all that noise. Just pipe down, innit?